Same rice, same bag, same shop. So what changed? The answer is one word that affects every single franc in your pocket, every price tag in the market, and every number in your bank account. Inflation. Most people hear about inflation on the news, but nobody really explains what it actually means for you. How does it work? Who decides how it is measured? And most importantly, can you protect your money from it? By the end of this video, you will understand inflation better than most economics students, and I will give you 3 concrete things you can do right now to fight back. Let me make this as simple as possible. Forget textbooks. Think about bananas. Imagine you have a 1,000 franc note. You walk into the market and buy 5 bananas at 200 francs each. Simple. 1 year later, same market, same 1,000 francs. But now each banana costs 250 francs. You only get 4. Your money did not shrink. The note still says 1,000 francs, but what it can buy, its purchasing power, went down. You lost 1 banana. That is inflation. Inflation is not one price going up. It is the general level of prices across the whole economy rising. Some things go up a lot, some stay flat. But on average, the cost of living goes up, and every franc you hold slowly loses power. How does anyone actually know the inflation rate? In Rwanda, this is the job of the National Institute of Statistics, NISR. They use something called the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. NISR created a basket of goods and services representing what a typical household buys. Not just food, everything. Housing, transport, healthcare, education, clothing, phone credit, 12 major categories, 1,622 specific items. Every month, data collectors visit markets, shops, clinics, schools, and petrol stations across 12 urban centers. They record over 40,000 individual prices. That is 40,000 real prices checked every month. They compare this month's basket cost to last year. If it cost 100,000 francs last year and 107,500 this year, inflation is 7.5%. Not every item matters equally. Food has a bigger weight because Rwandans spend more on food. When food prices move, the CPI moves a lot. This is why you might feel inflation differently from the headline number. There are 3 main reasons prices go up, and all 3 are active in Rwanda right now. Reason 1. Supply problems. When there is less of something, its price rises. If drought reduces the harvest, vegetables get expensive. If global oil prices rise, fuel costs go up. And since Rwanda imports most fuel, that cost flows into transport, delivery, and everything. Health costs in January 2026 were up 71%, driven by more expensive imported medicines. And BNR's latest report warns that Season A agricultural output is likely weaker due to below normal rainfall. That means food prices could stay elevated. Reason 2. More demand. Rwanda's economy grew 8.7% on average across the first 3 quarters of 2025. More people earning, more construction, more activity. Great for the economy, but when demand outpaces supply, prices rise. Restaurants and hotels inflation hit 19%. Reason 3. Monetary policy. The National Bank of Rwanda, BNR, controls how much money circulates by setting the central bank rate. And just yesterday, on February 19th, BNR raised that rate by 50 basis points to 7.25%. That is the highest it has been in this tightening cycle. They raised it because January inflation hit 8.9%, exceeding their target range of 2 to 8%. When the central bank raises rates, it makes borrowing more expensive, which slows down spending and eventually cools prices. But it takes 6 to 12 months to fully work. Here is where it gets personal. If inflation is 8.9% and your savings account pays 3% interest, you are losing purchasing power fast. Your real return is savings rate minus inflation. 3 minus 8.9 equals negative 5.9%. Every year, your saved money buys nearly 6% less than before. Now, BNR's latest data shows the average deposit rate across Rwandan banks has actually fallen to 8.98%. Down from 10.50% a year ago. At first, that sounds decent, almost 9%. But with inflation at 8.9%, your real return is just 0.08%. Essentially zero. Your savings are running in place, and that is the average. If you are in a basic savings account earning 2 to 3%, you are actively losing money. Every month, your savings buy less than the month before. This is why where you save matters as much as how much you save. SACCOs, fixed deposits, and investment options can help your money keep pace. We will cover this in detail soon. Let me bring this completely up to date. January 2026, inflation hit 8.9%, exceeding BNR's target band of 2 to 8% for the first time. And just yesterday, February 19th, BNR responded. The Monetary Policy Committee raised the central bank rate by 50 basis points to 7.25%. That is the strongest signal yet that the central bank is taking this seriously. What drove this? 3 things. First, higher electricity tariffs that took effect in October 2025. Second, rising fuel prices pushing up charcoal and transport costs. Third, below normal rainfall hurting vegetable production in Season A, so food prices are climbing again. BNR expects inflation to remain above 8% through the first half of 2026, then gradually ease toward the target band by year-end. But they also flagged upside risks. Weather shocks and geopolitical tensions could push it higher. What does this mean for you? Higher interest rates mean borrowing gets more expensive. Loans, mortgages, business credit all become costlier. But it also means deposit rates could eventually rise, giving savers a slightly better deal. The key takeaway: this is BNR pulling the emergency brake. Inflation got too hot and they are trying to cool it down. You cannot control inflation, but here are 3 things you can do. Number 1, know the rate. Check inflation monthly. I will cover it here with CPI Watch every time NISR releases new data. And when BNR makes rate decisions like yesterday, I will break down what it means for your wallet. Subscribe so you never miss it. Number 2, negotiate your salary. If inflation is 8.9% and you have not had a raise, you are earning almost 9% less in real terms. Bring the NISR data to your employer. It is publicly available on their website. Number 3, make your savings beat inflation. A basic account at 2 to 3% is losing money. The average deposit rate is 8.98%, barely keeping pace. Look into SACCOs and fixed deposits that offer higher returns. We will cover the best options in an upcoming video. Download the free inflation tracker from the description. Track your personal spending against the national CPI each month. Next week, 5 money mistakes silently keeping people broke. Number 3 might surprise you. Subscribe so you do not miss it. Thanks for watching Africa Money.